Chris, have you ever thought about making carbonara?
No, I haven't, but teach me, Daddy.
Spaghetti alla carbonara.
Everybody just came.
I wish it was that easy.
Already, I feel like I could do this. Guanciale chopped up on low heat, which is a 3. We got the water boiling.
Go ahead.
Gonna throw it all in.
Yeah, and then we're just gonna mix it.
That sound makes me think of the dentist.
Does it? You hate
Oh,
it?
that sound, it gets into my cavities.
So we're cooking our pasta.
Okay.
Give me your ham. How much? Yeah, I would say about that much salt you're gonna use for your. No! Okay, hold on. It's okay. We can save it.
Daddy will fix it.
Welcome to TMD.
Teach me, Daddy.
Teach me, Daddy.
Chris, have you ever thought about making carbonara?
No, I haven't, but teach me, Daddy.
Okay, so we have spaghetti alla carbonara.
Everybody just came.
I wish it was that easy. Sometimes you're like, just come, I want to watch X-Men. Okay, so we have spaghetti alla carbonara. Now, this is a Roman dish in Italy, and this is my favorite dish in the world. It's my favorite dish to make, and I made it for you and your children.
Yes.
So,
and I really appreciate you teaching me how to cook. This is something that's very important for me, especially an Italian dish, because my kids are sick and tired of eating empanadas and adobo on everything. We love empanadas, we love adobo, but my Puerto Rican family, they just want some pasta.
Okay, so we're gonna teach you about, now this can be kind of complicated, but the reason I'm showing you this, because with the right simple steps, you can make this. It doesn't have to be crazy. Now, a couple rules about carbonara. There's no cream, there's no parm, there's no onion, there's no peas, there's no mushrooms, no chicken, no shrimp. It's literally just guanciale, Pecorino Romano, which you have to buy and grate.
You can't just get it like grated cheese from the store.
No, you should buy, if you can get the real Pecorino Romano, then you should grate it yourself. And I usually grate mine on one of these things. I think it looks like a nail filer.
What is guanciale again?
Guanciale is the jowl of the pig. It's this part of the pig.
Pig face.
And it's like, people can use bacon or pancetta, but this has a really particular taste to it that's really, really good.
Okay.
Then we have just spaghetti. And you can only use 2 types of pasta for carbonara. So spaghetti or mezze rigatoni.
Why?
That's just, I don't know, Italians have a lot of rules about pasta, and that seems to be one of them.
Rules.
So the first thing we're gonna do just to get this going is we're gonna cook our guanciale, and we're gonna cook it on really low heat, okay?
Okay, so with low heat, what is, you have to speak, I don't know how to do anything.
Okay, so come over here. So this is our pan, we have a saute pan. I got this in Chinatown, so it's a little higher than a, doesn't it feel like you could do
It's like a wok.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a Chinese place in my neighborhood. It's called Wok and Roll, which I always thought was kind of racist, but fun.
Okay, so I'm putting this on a very low heat. I'm putting it on a 3.
Okay.
So you're gonna just put it right on there. You don't need oil or anything.
Just throw it on.
Yeah, and you
and I can use my hands?
Yeah, it's cured. I mean, you can eat it like this if you wanted to.
Really?
Yeah. It's like salsiccia or whatever.
What does cured mean? Like
the way they hang it and I guess curate it. I think,
all the bacteria's out of it?
Pretty much, I guess.
Okay.
Not me not knowing what I'm talking about. We have our pasta water going. Now, basically, we're gonna slow cook this, and then once this is done, we're gonna take it out and put it on here, and then it's gonna go on top of the pasta.
Okay.
So the main thing is the sauce, okay? So you're only gonna use the egg yolk. So if you want, you can just use 2 egg yolks.
Okay.
So, or if you want, we can do 3. Actually, this is kind of for one person, but do 2 egg yolks per person.
In this bowl or this bowl?
You're gonna put the egg whites in here, and then you're gonna put the egg yolks in here.
Oh, I have to somehow get the whites in here and the yolk in there.
Yeah, so I can go first.
How do I do it? Yeah, show me how to do it, because I don't
Okay.
I've never done this.
All right, so when you crack an egg, you can kind of play with it like this.
Okay.
And then egg yolk goes in there.
All right.
So we're gonna do 2 per person.
All right,
maybe just put 2, because we're gonna, or do 3, do 3.
All right. Here's me trying to make egg whites.
Be careful. Okay, there you go. Crack it open.
Okay.
All right, there you go. So yeah, let the egg white pour out.
Okay, and now what?
Yeah. And
I got
it. Let it go, yeah. Yeah.
And now, is that it?
Yeah, and dump it in here. That's good.
Oh, there's a little yellow in there.
It doesn't matter. No, that's good. And so you put the
put that in. Okay, and then let me do it again.
Let's do it again. Yep.
Okay. Don't you crack it on the edge?
I think cracking on a flat surface is always better. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think they say you get less shell in it.
Look at this.
Oh shit! That's okay. Look, you can still save it.
What do I do?
You can take the eggshell.
Oh, look at that.
And then just bring it in. Hold on.
So you've done this before. This happens.
This happens, yeah. It's like Julia Child's like, don't worry, Mistakes happen.
Okay.
So I'm gonna wash our hands because
You have to, right?
Yeah, you don't
What
want
is it, salmonella?
Yes. Which? Oh, do we have the paper towel? It doesn't matter. We're good.
Whatever.
Okay, so now we're gonna mix this up. We don't have a whisk, so we're really going for it today. But we're just gonna add in our Pecorino Romano cheese.
So let me just get this. Because I think already I feel like I could do this. Guanciale chopped up on low heat, which is a 3. We got the water boiling. 1 bowl for egg whites, 1 bowl for eggs, shredded Pecorino Romano. Throw it all in there.
Yeah, why not? Go ahead.
Okay, throw it all in.
Yeah.
All right, boom, got that.
And then we're just gonna mix it.
You're just gonna mix, so you're mixing the egg and the cheese. But that sound makes me think of the dentist.
Does it? You hate it?
Oh, that sound, it gets into my cavities.
I'll try and do it. Is that
No,
is that
just
better?
do it. It's my own fault.
I don't like that sound either, and it's like a real high-pitched noise when they do it. It's like Mariah Carey's just won't stop singing the whole time.
Yeah.
All right, but that's it. We're done.
Okay.
So that's
It
it.
hurts so bad.
And then we're gonna do. You can see it's gonna look like this. So your pecorino mix and your egg yolks are gonna look like that.
Look at that.
We're gonna add in just a little bit of pepper.
Okay. Why not? A little pepper.
So cover your ears.
It just, I could feel it in my butt.
All right, now we're gonna leave that alone.
But now, if we do, only have a fork this time, but we need a whisk.
We don't need it. I mean, the fork works.
Okay.
It's a pretty easy recipe in the sense. Oh, let me get my wooden spoon to push around.
Beat me.
We are really low on supplies here.
But we're trying to show you that, Matteo's trying to show us that you can kind of just make it happen anywhere.
Yeah, carbonara. I think people think that everything with Italian food is like really, really difficult. Hello.
Hey. What was it? This is the...
Okay, so this is what our base looks like. Just an egg yolk and pecorino cheese and a little bit of pepper. What we're gonna do to cook the egg yolk is we're gonna add a little bit of the hot pasta water. And you wanna do just hot water. You want hot pasta water because the starch from the pasta is gonna help make the sauce stick to the pasta.
Okay.
So it's kind of the waiting game. Now we're just waiting for the guanciale to cook.
And we're up against time because we're getting thrown out of the studio.
Put this up a little higher because usually on a gas stove. But what you're gonna do, see now the white is starting to turn transparent.
That's a good thing?
Yeah, it's a good thing because it's just fat. So that's why you don't want to use oil or butter with it because it's basically going to render in its own fat.
Got it.
And we're letting the pasta water boil. This takes 10 minutes for al dente. So I want to make sure these are done first. Then we'll cook our pasta.
One time, Jasmine was making tortellini and she went to go take, it was off, and she went to go take this tortellini and put it in the strainer, and the handle broke off and the scalding hot tortellini and water fell all over her feet. And I went to go run and help her, and then I slipped in the water and burnt my elbows. And my daughter didn't wake up from her nap.
I mean, honestly, that's the best part.
Yeah.
If she's not waking up from her nap,
Yeah,
that's
and then
great.
I'll never forget, she was like in so much pain that she took like 8 Advil and drank an entire bottle of red wine in like almost 1 gulp and just dealt with the pain.
Damn.
Crazy. You ever do that? You ever have a cooking accident, like you drop hot shit all over you?
Knock on wood, no. My friend Sean was cooking shirtless. He was making this carbonara, and he's made it. Sean Selleck, hey, he's a gymnast. He's great.
No relation to Tom.
A full relationship. No, I'm kidding. But he burned his entire body. Like he had to go to the emergency room.
Wow.
And he had all this like scarring on him for a while. It was rough.
Damn.
I know.
Well, but scars are kind of gives you character.
What is something that you can cook? Like, I mean, obviously this isn't like an everyday cooking thing, but this is, I do.
What I can cook, what I've been doing lately is, because I'm following like all these recipes on Instagram, what I've been doing lately is taking ripened bananas, smashing them all up, making like a base, and then taking yogurt and putting like yogurt and mixing it in with the banana and making like these little clusters, and then melting dark chocolate in the microwave and putting dark chocolate, or taking the clusters and like putting them in the bowl of dark chocolate and making these little banana yogurt chocolate clusters as like a healthier snack for the kids.
That's a great idea.
That's what I've been doing. But I got that recipe on Instagram somewhere.
I've been seeing lately on like Instagram, like pasta Instagram. You know, there's like a blank Instagram, everything. Greek Instagram, Italian Instagram. So there's like pasta Instagram. And it's a bunch of white women getting involved in pasta and they're ruining it. It's the same recipe over. Oil, onion, garlic, red pepper flakes, and then they put in tomato paste, and then lots of cream, and throw in a pasta, and then some kind of melty cheese, and then they're just like, And I'm like, it's the same recipe over and over again.
Here's another thing. Here's a cheese like that, or like the Pecorino Romano type thing. We cut up little potatoes, right? Like what are the little potatoes called? Russets? The little ones, the little baby ones. You make little holes in them, okay? And then you get a pan out. You put oil in the pan, and then you put the potatoes in the oil. I don't know why, but you just put them in the oil, and then you take cheese like this, and you put cheese all over them, and then it makes like this like potato like cheese sheet. And my kids like it. It's like burnt cheese and potato, and we eat that.
What is their favorite food? Like if they come home and they smell something cooking, they're like, yay! Like mine was every Wednesday and Sunday was red sauce. So every Wednesday I'd come home from school, hate school, open that door, and I smell red sauce, and I think, oh my God, we're making pasta tonight.
Right.
Like, that's the best feeling.
For them, Kraft macaroni and cheese.
I love Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
It's still, I love
You
Kraft.
know what they love too? You know what they love? You know what we make a lot for them? They love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on crackers. So we'll make like 20 peanut butter and jelly cracker sandwiches, and they lose their minds.
It's probably the salty and sweet.
Yes, because my stepson doesn't eat meat. So we have to think about a lot of...
How old is he?
13.
Oh, he's a vegetarian?
Fully, but guess what? He'll only eat meat if his dad, they go hunting. If they catch the animal, like they catch it and cook it, he'll eat it. But he won't eat processed meat.
This kid's smart.
Smart kid. And he's left-handed. Are you left-handed, by the way?
I'm right-handed.
You're one of the only, because a lot of times talented artists are they're usually lefties.
Well, this will shock you. I played hockey and I always played left-handed.
There you go. So you're ambidextrous then.
I don't know if I could probably draw with my left hand.
No, you could, but if you're playing hockey with your left, you have to have, I'm telling you, you almost never meet an artist that's not like somehow ambidextrous or left-handed.
Really?
Here, comment below that you're a right-handed artist and show me your work. And
I'm offended by what you said.
Yes.
What is something that someone said to you in the comments that is they were so offended by that made you laugh the most?
So I went on the Bill Maher podcast.
Oh, you were great.
Oh, thank you. And
I watched you right after my hair surgery.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Chris, because I was swollen.
Yes, with a swollen head. And I went in there and I just read this book, Case for Christ.
Oh,
and I kind of like, whatever. Yeah, I grew up Catholic, but I was just on there like talking about Christ and how I believe in him. But I was kind of like half doing a bit.
But that's the whole thing, is the whole interview to me was soaked in like irony, is a
sarcasm. I was doing a big bit,
yeah.
And people still to this day, I mean, that interview came out 3 months ago, will like either attack me in the comments or DMs saying that, how could I believe in Christ? It's such horse shit, blah, 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 blah. And then the other side would be like, thank you for being a believer in Christ and fighting. One guy said, thank you for being a soldier in the army of God.
What?
Yes, and I will see you at the gates and we will fight
No,
Satan.
you won't see me at the I won't even see you at Target.
Yeah.
You're not going to see me at the gates.
No, thank you.
Stop it.
I'm dying in Sam Morrill's old apartment that Matteo Lane just bought.
Christian people are real weird.
We are. Did you not grow up Christian?
I'm Mexican and Italian and Irish.
Yes.
I am the trifecta of Catholicism. I have a joke. I'm like, I feel guilt for everything. When it rains, I'm like, it's something I did. Like, I'm just so.
I think Catholics, we gotta let the gays in. I think we gotta.
Let them in. They've been running it for the past 2,000 years.
I think we have to say that I think the church priests need to come out and say, good, be gay, homosexuality is okay, and I think they have to say, they have.
No, they have not. No. That's like a BuzzFeed headline.
To get married, it's okay to get married.
Okay.
No, it's okay to get that, but I also think, furthermore, priests should also be allowed to get married. I think making you saying that you can't have sex as like a vow to God, I think is insane.
Pope Francis formally approved letting Catholic priests bless same-sex couples.
We'll keep reading that article.
The Vatican announced on a Monday a radical shift policy that aimed.
Venetia is reading us. She's reading us headlines about the Pope. Keep in mind, Venetia she's one
Greek Orthodox.
She's Greek Orthodox, so she's with us, but also against us. She's like Russia. She's like Russia to the United States. We call her an adversary.
Are the Greek Orthodox against the Catholics?
Well, no, they're with us when they need to be with us, and then against. Actually, you know what's something I pissed off? You know who I pissed off? I pissed off the Greeks because I said a couple of weeks ago, I posted on my Instagram stories just to be a dick. I said, Happy Easter, the only Easter. And then they were like, you motherfucker. Some guy was like, I think there's Cyprus. They were like, if I ever see you in Cyprus, I'll kill you. I'll kill your family.
Like, well, I'm not going to Cyprus. I'm going to Mykonos first. And
Sorry.
Cyprus is like far east of the rest of Greece. Yeah, I think I had a girl once, and I love her, and her and I become friends now, but her name was Queer Feminist, and I made carbonara, and she had a whole message for me, like, those egg whites you threw out, like, you're wasting those egg whites, you could have given it to someone who needed it, so then I had a whole bit about it. But now, it's like a loving relationship, like her and I, like, I dedicated a video to her because I made something with egg whites, and, you know. People love it.
I think the thing is people want attention, which I get, I understand we want attention, that's why we're doing the show. But I also think, like, I've never, and I've made other mistakes, but I've never messaged someone with hate. I've never done that or commented hate. I think that's one of the
guanciale, by the way.
Narcissistic things you can do.
You want to come over here with the guanciale?
Yes.
So now we have our guanciale, and I'm going to try and save some of the oil because we're going to put it into
our hair. Imagine that's the only thing that's what Matteo styles his hair with guanciale oil.
Honestly,
that's why it looks so perfect.
If it worked, I would do it. I'm pouring in a little bit of the oil, because we want to use some of that fat for taste.
Okay.
Right? So we don't want to waste it. We don't want it to be too oily, so I'm just going to use a little bit more, and then we'll clean that later. All right. So now we have our oil, we have our guanciale. Now we can start cooking our pasta. And so we're cooking our pasta.
Okay.
Give me your ham. This is about how much? Yeah, I would say about that much salt you're gonna use for your. Not in here.
Oh shit! Sorry. Fuck.
Wait. You're gonna put that in the water for the pasta.
Oh shit.
Okay, hold on. It's okay. We can save it.
I love that you can. No matter what, Matteo's got to save.
Well, we just don't want that much
Daddy
salt.
will fix it.
The pecorino is so salty. We just don't want it to be too salty. I love how confidently you just started putting it in.
I thought I couldn't be more correct if that was the right
We're
move.
going to use less because we don't want it to be... Come over here.
Okay.
To start, pour half of it in there. There you go. That's good.
Okay.
All right, now take the rest of it. You're gonna put this in the pasta water.
Okay. You ready?
Yep. There you go. Okay, so that's our pasta. And then it says 10 minutes, so let me put 10 minutes on my phone.
Timer.
We're
going to get thrown out of here.
No, we got time. Don't worry about it. I keep opening my calculator.
You know how licking the wing sauce off your fingers is the best way to get them clean? Well, bidets do the same thing, but for your butt. Only with a precise stream of clean water. So instead of using a toilet paper that falls apart and smears your shit around, or wet wipes that dry your butt out, you want to wash all that sticky summer sweatiness with a nice Tushy bidet. I love my Tushy because it reminds me of when I was a kid in Sicily and I saw a bidet and I thought, what is that thing? And it was kind of a fountain, and then I realized what it was actually for, and I was like, why don't we have this in the States? And now that I do have one, I think, Italia. The install for Tushy is so incredibly easy. Literally anybody can do it. Even me. I don't have to call a TaskRabbit. That's all I ever do. So wiping with a toilet paper just smears it around, okay? And it can spread bacteria. Tushy bidets are really easy to use. And you just sit down and you relax and you turn the knob and you spray the precise stream of water on your butt and bing! So every Hello Tushy bidet comes with a 30-day hassle-free return and a 12-month warranty. Stay shower fresh all summer long and join the 2 million butts who already switched to Tushy. For a free limited time, our listeners get 10% off their first bidet order when you use code TEACHME at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet at hellotushy.com. HELLOTUSHY.com with promo code TEACHME. That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com with promo code TEACHME.
All right, listen to me. Here's one thing I love, Mudwater. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. I love Mudwater. And today's sponsor, you guessed it, Mudwater. For the caffeine junkies who find themselves in an endless cycle of coffee highs and lows, Mudwater, that's MUDWTR, is a coffee alternative to get your energy fix without your heart doing jazz hands every morning. Mudwater is like coffee's chill, yoga-loving cousin who went on a spiritual retreat, came back more zen and without any of the jitters. Imagine being alert and calm at the same time while not having trouble falling asleep at night. It can happen, and it can only happen with Mudwater. Not only does Mudwater give you that morning boost you need, but it's also packed with adaptogens, antioxidants, and all those other fancy health words that make you feel superior to your coffee drinking friends. Assholes. For a limited time, our listeners get up to 43% off your entire order. That's 43%, not 42, 43. Free shipping and a free rechargeable frother with our exclusive link. All you have to do to get 43% off your entire order and get free shipping and a free rechargeable frother, go to mudwater.com/teach me. That's MUDWTR.com/teach me. We love you, Mudwater. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. Give me that frother.
Now, I'm using a little less water, and the reason I'm doing that is because it'll make it even starchier, which will be better for our pasta.
Okay.
So, I feel like I was supposed to like show you how to do this, and now I've been like...
Well, no, what I like about you, you know the science behind the cooking. Like, you would know that, like, why we have to use fat and starches and what mixes and all that. I feel like that's part of this. Knowing this is like the chemistry of it all. And do you just know that naturally, or like how do you know that?
You just kind of pick it up. I mean, you go to enough, like, I actually learned how to make this from 3 Italian guys. They had a page called Carbo Gang, and all they did was make carbonara. Their entire page was carbonara, 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 carbonara.
How do you have a page for that? Can you make it different ways?
It's just like people have obsession with carbonara, and then they would make it, and they would film videos of it, and then they would sell it, and then so it was a whole thing. So they lived in Milan, and I texted them, and I was like, hey, where can I get like a great carbonara? And they were like, you can come to our house. So I was like, okay. They were so cool.
Right.
They just taught me how to make it. Here,
how was their house?
It was great. It was their nana's house, and they used it, and they were growing weed.
Wow. That does taste different than bacon. Mm-hmm. You want some, Benetio? You sure you don't want any pig cheek? Do you have any lamb ass?
Okay, so
Venatia.
we're gonna let this cook.
Imagine this is how Venetia gets out of being kidnapped by the Mexican cartel this week. She's like, I can make you a carbonara.
They're like,
And they're like, do it.
they're like, okay, tenemos una cocina, podemos ir a mi casa.
Yeah. The carbonara is go, my friend, we gotta let her go, but the boyfriend we're gonna give.
But this is it. Now we just wait for the pasta to cook.
Okay.
Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take that pasta water, the real starchy pasta water, and we're gonna bring it into our sauce. That'll cook the egg yolk so you can eat it.
Right.
And then make it nice and creamy.
I feel like this is also a dish that, you know, if you have kids out there, they'll love it. And it feel like this, other than boiling the water, this takes like 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. Like this is quick as shit. Mm-hmm. So when you're like doing something like this, like do you ever get the urge though to like just spruce it up with something different? Or do you, when you're making carbonara, you got to stick to the rules?
Carbonara, you want to stick to the rules. And just because they really have figured out the right balance of taste.
Right.
And so people start throwing in peas and cream and garlic and shrimp and all this stuff. And then you're like, now you're eating, it can be good. You know what I mean? You can put cream and different kind of cheese. It can be great. But it just changes what the balance of the Pecorino Romano with the guanciale, with the pasta and the egg. It's like, they kind of figured it all out. Yeah, they figured it out.
Is it true that they don't have fettuccine alfredo in Italy? That's like an American thing that we made up?
They don't. So there's one place called Alfredo alla Scrofa, which is a restaurant, which is, Alfredo's a man, like Alfredo. Right. And they have a dish called fettuccine Alfredo, meaning fettuccine by Fredo.
Right.
And they originated the dish, which is just fresh fettuccine pasta, fettuccine, and then butter, pasta water, Parmesan cheese sort of tossed together. Right. And Americans went there and loved it. It was just one place he made it for his wife when she was pregnant and her stomach was hurting. He made it for her, like pasta al burro, which is what all Italian kids eat. Pasta with butter and Parmesan cheese. Yeah. And and then some Americans got it and couldn't figure out how it was so creamy because they didn't realize the pasta water made it creamy. And then came back to the States and then cream and garlic and cheese and then the Olive Garden. And then the rest of Italy is like, the fuck is fettuccine Alfredo?
Right.
There's literally one restaurant in all of Italy, in Rome, that has it. The rest of Italy doesn't know it exists. And Italians certainly don't eat chicken on their pasta.
Yeah, they will never do that.
Sin.
Sin.
Yeah.
You can eat it separately.
Separately, yeah. The pasta first, the chicken would come second.
Yeah. Fucking stupid Americans.
All right, we're gonna grab some of this starchy pasta water.
Ooh, would you like a cup of tea? Would you like a cup of tea?
No, don't want me to tea, no. Lots me have some coffee, shove it up and 5-2.
Do you want to film this? I'm gonna put some of the pasta water. I always love doing a British accent. Like,
Hello, it's me love.
I always do sort of reflexive.
Me think so.
All right, just putting in a little bit of pasta water.
Look at
and
that.
then it's gonna become very creamy. You don't want to put in a lot, okay?
That shit is salty.
Yeah, well, it's less salty now.
Yes.
Okay. But see how you could see this, and as you start mixing it, you're like, oh, it looks like it's made with cream, and you're like,
No, pasta water. It's keto.
Is this interesting to you, Chris?
Yes, it is, because it's interesting to me because I'm very motivated to learn, because I feel inadequate at times, that I don't, I just want to be able to, I don't want to be the only one in my house that doesn't know how to cook.
Well, a lot of Latin food in your house, right? I would say.
Mostly.
There it is. There's your creamy sauce.
Look at that.
And then the next, there it is. There's your creamy sauce.
Yummy.
Heard that before. Now, the next step is super easy. You're just gonna take the pasta and put it in.
Okay.
But we have to wait for it to be done. I'm just gonna check. This is obviously not done.
How do you know that it's not done?
It's still too chewy.
Okay. So al dente means what? Hard?
It means to the tooth. It means it has to have a bite to it.
Okay.
So it can't be soupy. So this says al dente in 9 minutes. We have 3 minutes and 12 seconds left. So 3 minutes, I'll test it again. I like it a little hard.
So it's all timing. Like, that's the thing with like a good pasta versus a bad one. It's like seconds.
Timing.
That's it.
I went to a restaurant in Sicily. We waited literally an hour and a half for our pasta. It came, it was awful. And then it was all tourists though. So I told the waiter, I was like, I told her in Italian, I was like, I literally flew in from New York to come to Sicily, and this is the pasta I'm getting. And she was like, I know.
Yeah.
She had to admit it. She was like, I know. Like, she knew. Once I started speaking Italian to her, she changed completely.
Because it was tourists there, like we're just giving, the tourists loved it. They don't know the difference.
Oh yeah, there was an Australian family next to us, and they were so nice. But then when I got more pasta, I started talking to her in Italian, and they go, "What happened?" And I was like, "Oh, I told her that the pasta wasn't good enough. Like, it was gross." And like, "Oh my god, we didn't know. I can't believe you said that. That's great. Let us know." Like, they were all so on our side. There was like drama unfolding.
Right. I gotta be honest, I went to Sicily myself, and the food was good, but it wasn't like mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we put the pedestal up too high, or I'm just so used to oversaturated, fat, high-calorie American food, and that's really what I want. Like, I want
You
you
might
to
have gone to some touristy places.
Maybe.
Some.
Yeah. I know that you told me not to avoid places with pictures of the food. We didn't go to any of those. Remember the thing that the Sicilian gelato in the sandwich you told me to
Yes.
get? I could only find one place that did it. The tour guide was like, I've never heard of that. I was like, oh my God. That's why you really...
It's literally all Sicily's known for.
Yeah,
I'll take you to Sicily.
we got to
and
go
we'll
back
show you.
together. We're going to go back together.
Rome is my favorite cooking.
I've never been.
What?
To Rome. Never been to Rome.
You're a
I only went
history
to
buff.
Sicily. I only went to Sicily. We went to Palermo, Sciacca,
Taormina.
and Taormina. That's it.
Oh, you would love Rome. It's literally all history.
Yeah, I gotta go.
And you would love my friend Claudio. He's a Roman. He knows everything about the history of Rome. So literally, you could point at a rock in the ground. He's like, "This is from 1394. This is from this." Like, he knows everything.
Really?
Oh, you would just love to
All right.
pick his brain all day.
Season 2 in Rome.
We could do that easy.
We seriously should, and we actually should. We should go like in the summer.
I'm going this summer, so if you want to come
How
for
long
a
you
couple
going
days, go to Rome for a week, and then I go to Sicily.
Okay. Venetia will already be in Greece. Quick flight.
Are you going to Greece this summer? Oh, look at it. We all jump back
It's the summer.
to
You just gotta
the
pay,
homeland.
Just gotta pay Venetian cigarettes.
Oh, I'm with you. When I go to Rome, I start smoking. All right, this is probably done.
Yeah. Al dente.
It is done.
Bang.
Remember kids did that all the time?
Yeah. Triple.
You better fucking suck it.
Suck it. Bang.
Which is so funny because I know that you were that kid. I mean, I was not. I was too fear-based. But
Okay, so you just poured it in the strainer.
pour it in the strainer. And then
Strainer.
I saved some reserved pasta water. And then this has to be done very quickly, okay?
All right.
So I'm gonna put it in.
Yes. Now, why does it have to be done so quick?
Because carbonara has to be pretty much eaten almost immediately.
Whack.
So even this feels the right consistency. This actually might be the perfect consistency for carbonara.
And again, what are we doing with the egg whites?
You know, whatever you want, whatever your heart desires.
We're just not supposed to get rid of them. Queer feminist.
Queer feminist doesn't want us to get rid of them, and she's
because
right.
she wants us to use them, use every part of the egg.
She is right. She's correct. We shouldn't waste food.
Okay.
All right, everyone. This is carbonara.
Here it is.
All right, Chris, you want to try?
Yeah. I can't wait to give this to the kids. And then
You have to get it with the guanciale
like,
too.
do you have sazon?
Do it what?
Sazon, you know that spice sazon?
Yes.
That's what they put sazon on everything. Dad, can I just have peanut butter? Oh my God.
Is it good?
It's fucking banging.
It's great, right?
Holy shit.
In America, you pay like $33 for this.
Look at that. Oh, you want to plate it? Should I just...
It's all good. Sorry.
Oh, do we just eat it out of the bowl?
Mm.
You want some, Benatia?
I will have some for sure.
Wow. And so that's it. So from the top, when I want to do this, what I do is I grate my Parmesan, my Pecorino Romano, I boil the pasta, I low heat the guanciale, I have a bowl of egg whites that I just look at, I take the yolks and I put those in a bowl, I put the cheese in, I mix that up, I take the oil from the guanciale, I put that in the cheese, stir it up, I wait till the pasta's al dente, about 10 minutes to the tooth, I pour that in, I pour it into the strainer, get the water out, I pour the strainer into the cheese bowl, then the guanciale, which has been cooking on high heat, I take out, put that in the strainer, mix it all up, and then bang, you got some pasta you got some, and then bang, you got some carbonara guanciale.
God, Chris, that was really impressive.
Thank you.
He was talking the whole time.
Yes. That's it.
It's a little salty from the salt you put in there, but that's okay.
There it
But
is.
it's actually still great.
Thank you for teaching me, Daddy.
No problem, son.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. Please follow us at Teach Me Daddy Pod on Instagram and Teach Me Daddy Podcast on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Right?
Yeah.
You look good today.
Thank you.